Hello everybody and welcome back to Victoria, where we are currently incredibly close to this revolution. I don't remember our finances being quite this bad. Is that real? Okay, it's actually worse. Cool. So that's fine. We're going to have this revolution happen very soon. Our government has low legitimacy, and this will be fine. We are quite positive if we're not constructing, so I'm reasonably content with this. Great Britain is currently improving relations with us. They will help us fight off the landowners again. The landowners are a bunch of jerks. They are extremely angry about us removing serfdom. And they're going to tick up to 100%. They are going to rebel. And that's fine. That is completely fine. We are not going to work too hard on constructions up there in terms of our taxation capacity. We do have some market access issues. Is that due to infrastructure? It is. But that's already being worked on. Sounds good. So we're working on our constructions. These guys are going to break away very soon. Britain will help us, and this will hopefully be the last time we use Britain to crush one of these rebellions. This is, I think, basically the same states that broke away previously. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much the same states that broke away previously. The landowners are just a bunch of jerks. That's for sure. So their political strength is 5.55 million. From wealth is plus 24.8 million, but minus 66.35% from loser in revolutionary struggle. Okay, so we need to be weakening the landowners, right? There's no doubt about that. Even after this rebellion, which they're going to do, it will just take time for that to tick down. Okay, 28.3 isn't so bad. That's not so bad at all. So we're going to get a lot of these constructions done, and a lot of these are in some not so great efficiency regions. I want to check in on our institutions here. We're moving up to level 5. Okay, sounds good. So this is all good for the time being. We gotta get these landowners under control, though. They're going to rebel. This is not shocking. Not shocking at all. So we're currently having this diplomatic play going on. Enacting propertied women has extreme radicalism. Are the landowners actually in this? They can't start another rebellion while this one's going. So for now, this will be fine. We'll see what they think about that. But Britain is going to help us here, and that'll be okay. We will, of course, mobilize our own forces once we're a little bit closer to the war actually breaking out. For now, this is okay. And we're going to need to crush these guys again. We need to break free from Britain eventually. But honestly, as long as the landholders are being this colossal of jerks, maybe not yet. Okay, so we have 1 million loyalists right now. And radicals. Yep, that's to be expected. And this is basically half of our population. That's the reason why we're struggling with the landowners, to be clear. We could enact propertied women. Actually, we can't. Because we have an illegitimate government. Fair enough. We will look to get rid of that illegitimate government as soon as this war is over. Actually, can we do anything about that right now? No. No, we cannot. Okay, patronize realist art has been completed. Finally, art we can all relate to. Fantastic. So this is going to break out very soon. We're going to need to raise up our forces. And the question is, how many do we have that are, like, not a lot. Okay, noted. So we're going to mobilize Patrick Ramsey. What's his hyphenated name here? Ramsey Gibson Maitland. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and send him over here. We're going to mobilize these guys and send them over here. And we're going to mobilize these guys and send them over to here. Cool. So we're not going to have a lot of impact here, right? This is mostly going to be Britain that does this. France and Brazil have declared neutrality. So unlike before, Nobody's joining on their side. We're cocky, they're uncertain. Sounds good. We're going to begin raising up our conscripts. We're going to need all of these conscripts. There we go. Cool. So with the conscripts coming in, we're about to have this war break out. We're going to go down to skirmish infantry, mobile artillery, and first aid. For our conscripts, we're going to do line infantry, which is the furthest we can go, and first aid. And then we're going to hop into here and bump up our military wages. Cool. War has broken out, and we are going to begin to fight. So there's going to be some awkward fronts for us here. We're going to need to rely somewhat on Britain to handle that. We're going to need help from others to break free from Britain if we do it in our current state. No doubt about that one. So Britain, when are you going to do something about this situation? Like, Britain is not sending all that many forces. That's for sure. They're at 56 out of 412. 16% mobilization. Okay, Britain, you can do it. Technically, right now, we're slightly losing the war, but there are battles like this one ongoing that should be quite good for us. And this advance should be stopped pretty shortly. This battle will be good for us as well. Fantastic. They just have a lot of fronts right now, right? That's the main problem. And yeah, we just got a big occupation on them there. So that's great. It looks like we'll be forced to enact propertied women. That's not the end of the world. It's just not the most efficient way to do things, right? This is fine. It's just, it would be better off to skip straight down to universal suffrage. So that's okay for the moment. We've got this battle ongoing, and we are winning it. We've got this battle ongoing that we are actually winning. Fascinating. We're heavily outnumbered, but we are definitely winning that. They have 10 offense to our 54 defense. Okay. They are not doing well at all in that battle. Cool. So this radicalism is going to continue to tick up. And we can't do anything about that right now, not until after this is over, and we can hopefully get a government with a little bit more legitimacy. We'll see what that ends up looking like. Austria's improving relations, but we're definitely winning this war, as expected. These guys are not actually advancing this front. Interesting. Well, there's our law enforcement up to level 5. The Metropolitan Police have now been set up. Fantastic. Minus radicals from standard of living decreases sounds good. So we'll go ahead and do that. We are going to push our way through this rebellion. How many times are the landowners going to have to rebel before they realize that this isn't going to work for them? That's my question. The reforms are what they are, and they need to just get over it. This is now their second rebellion over this. So we'll see if they get over that. This down here is not amazing, but as usual, we're focusing on this to eliminate that, and then we'll come down this way, is the idea. So what's going on with this battle here? I can't actually see it. Okay, we should win that. Fantastic. And this battle is going to be fine for us. Beautiful. So all of this will be under our control. We're absolutely winning this war, which is fully expected. We're continuing to construct at our current maximum speed, although these have low construction efficiency, and I'm actually going to move anything that has low construction efficiency down to the bottom for right now. I want to make sure that these are constructing at maximum speed, so that'll be okay. And we are paying down some of our debt, which is good. Did these guys actually take a chunk of our debt with them? I'm not sure. They have 773 conscript battalions, apparently. But they're still losing this. So that'll be fine. Yeah, this will be a one battle for us. And we are, in theory, finishing this off, but this is still actually stuck on this front. Very strange. Okay, we have forces out over here now working on this. Excellent. They're going to be dipping negative soon, and they're going to capitulate pretty soon, I think. Yeah. Britain is not super into this peace deal, so they're going to capitulate. The question is when. We're taking huge swaths of their primary territory at this point. So this is all looking good, right? Okay, they just capitulated. We need to pause here. This just jumped down to low radicalism. Okay, noted. Plus 180k, but we are over our credit cap. So they did take a chunk of our debt with them and then brought it back. Okay, that I don't necessarily like. We're going to ditch our military wages and turn down our military buildings. We're going to need to go through all of these again, which is not great. And we'll be on government run, auto expand. Cool. We're going to need to go through every single one of our buildings now and make sure that these are all properly set up. The iron mines need to be. Okay. Anything else? Rail transportation, rail transportation. Yep, all of these need to be on rail transportation and set up to auto expand. Cool. So this will need to be on sawmills, hardwood production, rail production, and publicly traded. Fishing wharves will need to be on fishing trawlers, publicly traded. There we go. Okay, now up over here. Can't move that down just yet. So dye workshops, craftsman sewing, and publicly traded. Lathes, precision tools, publicly traded. Crystal glass, bone china, publicly traded. Steel tools, water tube boiler, publicly traded. There we go. What else do we need here? Well, there's going to be a fair number of them. Can this go to publicly traded? Not yet. Okay. Cool. Some of these can't yet be moved down. Urban centers should be on market squares, probably on gas streetlights. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. And we'll be on personal transportation only for the moment. We will auto-expand our arts academies. Our government administrations will be on filing cabinets. Okay, that should do the trick for now. Our construction is paused. And it will need to remain paused until we get down below our credit cap, which actually just updated. So that's good. And if we were to go to iron frame buildings here, the question is, if we resume this, we're considered in default right now. We shouldn't be. Yeah, there it goes away. Cool. So we're no longer in default, and if we construct, we are making money for now. Let's see if it remains that way. I want to make sure that our government is set up, ideally with the landowners involved, but for now, we can't actually do that. Can we suppress the landowners right now? If we had the authority, we could. Which means that we drop, like, our consumption tax on sugar, and our consumption tax on coffee, and our consumption tax on tobacco. And we work on suppressing these guys. Okay. They're currently at neutral. Noted. And that's going to continue to tick on down. And their clout is going to tick on up. And we're going to see the exact same thing again in a cycle, unless we do something about this. So that's noted. Maybe eventually they'll get over it, though. So we've got that insufficient taxation capacity. We've also got some low market access that we need to deal with. So let's take a look at that. Infrastructure in Mysore is needing to come up by, let's see here, that's 20. So 4. 1 in Bombay, but that's already being built. And then 1 in each of these locations. Cool. So we'll get that all underway. I want to move these down, actually, because they are low efficiency. This one is low efficiency, but it is a railway, so we will keep it where it's at. That'll do for now. We're making a good amount of money, actually. That's really solid. Okay, I like that. So we're on an unacceptable government right now. The landowner clout is going to continue to come up. So the question is, what can we do about the landowners? What indeed? We are suppressing them. But we'll see what that actually ends up doing. So we're no longer negative in our authority. That will help matters there. And we're making a good amount of money right now, which will spend down our interest payments, which is very, very good. I'm very pleased about that. We'll get these railways done eventually and continue to work on this construction queue, which does have 500 weeks in it right now. That's noted. We should probably consider expanding our construction sector a little bit. It looks like they may have destroyed some in North Bengal, as well as potentially in Madras. And that would explain why we're making so much money. Okay. So let's bring those back up. There we go. War profiteering. An arms manufacturing ban is probably not good. Will not be shamed for a good craftsmanship. Okay. We do need to try to make the landowners a little happier, right? So that would be a good thing to do. We're working on public trading. Indeed. That would be a good thing as well. So we're going to get all of this construction completed soon. Construction sectors are not very lengthy in how long they take to make, right? So that'll be fine. They'll be finished up very, very shortly. And they'll bring our construction back up to the previous levels. Unfortunately, also coming back up to the previous levels, landowner clout. So we're going to keep an eye on our reforms here and see if we can toss them in. They are suppressed. So that will hurt them somewhat. But we definitely need to get the landowners a little bit happier. That would be good. But we need to do it without really changing the laws too much. That'll be interesting to see how that ends up playing out. So we're still reasonably positive here with those construction sectors rebuilt. I like it. That's very, very solid. Market access is improving in Pegu, and we'll bring that up. It looks like our infrastructure is no longer actually problematic over here. Indeed. I wonder why that changed. We're close enough to getting these done that I kind of don't want to cancel them. Restricted child labor, huh? This is actually something that the landowners are for. Fascinating. Do it. If it makes the landowners happier, then I'm happy about it. We do need to get the landowners on our side, right? So getting the landowners involved here is definitely going to be good. Can we get them into government? Would that be beneficial? Right now, it would only be 28. But their cloud is going to continue to tick up over time. They can't be promoted to power while suppressed, though. So we'd have to stop suppressing them. Critical from the industrialists and the intelligentsia for preserving child labor. Noted. So we actually have to wait to do this until the landowner clout regenerates somewhat. Okay, that's fine. We can use that to our advantage. I'm completely okay with that. We are going to eventually need to continue to work on taxation capacity. But I want to get these railways done for sure. These can all be moved down in priority. Oh, not that one necessarily, but these can all be moved down in priority because they are all not tremendously efficient. And these can all be moved down as well. Those are barracks, so that'll be fine for now. Cool. And we're building all at full efficiency with the exception of this railway, which is okay for now. Cool. Now the question is 3,900? 23, but that's not real, right? Do we break free from Britain soon? We're going to need allies to do that. So we would need, say, France to back us on that, or Austria, or Prussia, or Russia. One of those guys, or more than one of those, would have to back us. We would be absolutely delighted for that to happen. No doubt about that. I'm going to move this fishing wharf down. And I'm going to move these barracks down as well. The barracks are not necessarily required. Some of them are going to get some progress here, I think. Yeah, that's fine. We'll move these guys on down. And the barracks in Baluchistan as well. Yeah. All of these barracks are going to be reduced in priority. We don't need to spam those out right now unless we're planning on imminently going to war with England. The question is, are we planning on imminently going to war with England? The answer to that has to be no. Not until we've got the landowners under control, I think. We are paying down our debt. This is good. I would absolutely like to break free of England. But the question is one of timing, right? So we're just continuing to bring those down and construct at maximum efficiency here. At this point, we can probably leave this be. I think that's fine. Nitroglycerin was just unlocked. We're not too concerned about that. I do want to work on more government administrations. So these are 10 taxation capacity each. So we're going to work on Mysore here. We'll get that done. Cool. How's that clout of the landowners going? It's definitely coming up here. We're much better off at this point putting the landowners into government. And that is what we'll do. And with the landowners in government, the question is, can we now enact restricted child labor? Intelligentsia are still considered 31% of our political clout, so I think the timing on that still has to wait. Oh, the landowners actually left it. Noted. So we probably can't do that just now. But we will get there. Cool. So we're going to get these government administrations done in 9 weeks. And that'll finish up another state here. And we're definitely making progress on that, but we've got a long ways to go. There's still some queued up, I see. That's fine. We'll leave that in there. So we're down to 350 weeks. I feel like we can expand our construction, but do we want to spend down our debt first? The answer to that is yes. Yes, we do. We're putting so much money into England right now, though. If we do this, we're absolutely going to need help. And if we do this, all of those barracks that we skipped, we should build now. So that would basically mean from here on up, and then from here on up, and we put these as top priority, would be the idea. The barracks will build quickly. No doubt about that. We're just going to continue to move these up, and we don't care about this coffee plantation. But we'll just get all of these done in preparation for breaking free here. This is absolutely necessary before we break free. So we'll get all of these barracks queued up, and I think we can maybe get a few additional barracks. Cool. So this will be reasonably fine. We have this unit of barracks as well. Yep, that'll be okay. I think that's all of them, or very close to it. I want to check in here. Do we have any more that we need to queue up? It's not showing them here. That's interesting. Okay, let's just get these done for the moment. Yes, they are not at full construction efficiency. That is understood. There's a native uprising going on here. Okay. These still build very quickly, right? So it'll be okay. My main question is, yeah, we actually are going to need to queue up a bunch more of these. So let's get these maxed out, and I'm putting them at the top of the list. This is all in preparation for attacking Britain. Once we have these completed, then I'll feel reasonably confident in attacking Britain, I think. So we're going to break free, and that will be very, very soon. Now that our economy is in a reasonable state, I'm very content with this. We may also want to consider expanding our construction here. So that is a potential option. 396 weeks. Okay. So in like Bombay, this would get maxed out. Like that. I put those at the bottom of the list, and we'll just move those right on up. Cool. So the construction sectors will finish, and that will accelerate the construction of our barracks. That's the idea. We're positive in the investment pool and in our finances, so that, of course, means that we want to expand our construction. So that'll be good. We're, I think, going to have to wait for this diplomatic play to be over before we can do this anyway. Yes, so we're going to have to wait for this to finish, but we absolutely want to get our construction sped up. So this is looking good. We've got 383 weeks right now in this queue. Now down to 380. And on this week tick, 374. It's going to continue to drop a little bit here. I'm keeping an eye on our finances. They didn't change as much as I might have expected. So I think we can actually afford to get another set of these. Cool. We'll get another set of construction sectors here, and further accelerate our construction. This is almost certainly the last section. This will mean that we have some expensive goods, no doubt about it, and our market access is problematic, thanks Britain. But that's fine. We want to get our own market, no doubt about that, but we're finishing up these barracks, and we're going to construct this exceptionally quickly from here on out. We're currently working on steel frame buildings. We're 5 years left on that. And yeah, we definitely need to work on our economy a bit after this. I'm noting that. No doubt about that. Glass is currently expensive, but we do have these private constructions ongoing. Cool. Pharmaceuticals have been unlocked. Okay. And we're going to finish up these barracks eventually. How many pages of these do we have? Okay, the barracks are over half of our construction queue pages here. But they do go very, very quickly, so that'll be okay. We're going to run a deficit here for a little bit. We can definitely put in a consumption tax again, say this one on coffee. That'll help offset it a little bit, and we can put in another one on tobacco. So again, that'll help offset those costs. We're not shocked about that. The fact that our costs swung quite this much is maybe a little surprising, but I think that's mostly because of what we're constructing, and it'll be okay. It is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and next episode, we are going to look to break free from Britain. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, James, Shadowwolf, MLohan80, Kentogan, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Rogue Corvid, Anna the Elephant, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time. Also, the construction time has dropped down to 170 weeks. I just want to point that out. See you all next time.